Oh man. What's going on, people? You have just joined the Abomination. I appreciate y'all coming through, talking to me, trying to have this conversation. And today, we talking about the new Batman movie to come out. And I'm not coming to you from the perspective of somebody that is a diehard Batman fan. I've read a bunch of Batman comics. I love the DC animated movies, and I've seen every superhero animated show. I think I kind of say that on my videos, but those are my credentials. So I'm letting you know that I'm not going into this with all of the knowledge of a real Batman fan, but I was accompanied by one. Me and my homie went and watched the movie, and according to him, they had a lot of things from Batman comics, such as The Long Halloween. I think he said Batman Year One. So he appreciated the movie for that. Me personally, I didn't really give a shit. You can take some shit from a comic and still completely fuck it, which is what I think Batman did. Now, things I enjoyed about the movie. I had a pina colada while I was watching it. The seats were comfortable. I was with some homies. He didn't twinkle in the sunshine. Although figuratively speaking, I think that's what I would have preferred, because I didn't see the duality of this character. I didn't see Batman at night and a persona of Bruce Wayne in the daytime. I think the Penguin was great in this movie. I would have wanted to see a long nose. But yeah, that was probably the best character to me. I also think the Riddler was fine. But again, that's one of my issues with this movie. It didn't seem comic booky. All right, so that was a short positive section. Let me just go ahead and get into my issues with the movie. Now, although, like I said, I'm not a super diehard Batman fan, I've consumed a lot of Batman shit, okay? And I have yet to see a Batman on the big screen, a movie, with the Batman that I want to see, which is basically the Batman from the animated series. All of these Batman seem kind of militaristic to me. They all walk like Jason Voorhees, which is definitely what this this dude did with his big heavy boots coming out of the shadows, as opposed to being like stealthy. Yeah, these guys are always big, like thick black suits that like can take bullets, multiple bullets, which Batman is not supposed to do consecutively. I don't see the utility belt get used enough, if used at all. The Batmobile has just been like this Bat tank. In this movie, we got the Bat Sting or the Bat Marrow, whatever that was. But you know, no sleek, streamlined Batmobile that has a lot of features. I'll just say that. So not talking about the Batman in particular, the movie itself seemed like a realistic noir detective kind of movie. I don't watch those, but I've seen them enough to know like the tone. And this Batman movie has that. But I think it was still an origin story of Batman for the most part, while assuming that you know some things about him, as well as some people in the city. Like, some people know him, some people fear him, other folks look at him like a fool, don't know what he's capable of. And you know what? That's exactly how I felt about this movie. They didn't know how to take Batman. They really didn't know how to use him. And some things you see that are very much Batman, very much comic book accurate, but at the same time, some shit that's just like, what the fuck? Like, you know, every time they take a step forward, they take like a bunch of steps back. And since this is somewhat of a reboot or like a separate universe or whatever they're doing, I don't know, with this DC entertainment stuff. But you know, a lot of people were going into this movie with their children thinking they were going to see a Batman film, but they got this like detective, brutal, bad cop, good cop type thing. So I think that they could have portrayed that Batman, but still given every generation what they wanted. Pretty much what the animated DC movies does, which DC kills it with the animated movies. So where's the Batman? At no point was he using the shadows to his advantage. Because as soon as he step out of him, he just Jason Voorhees walking into a line of bullets every time. You know, where's the martial arts in this? Sure, he has some combos or whatnot, but he's just street fighting and he's brutally beating people. Like, You know, where's the flips and the kicks and the, you know, skilled hand-to-hand combat? Where's the utilization of your gadgets, which Batman is known for? Why he is Batman? Because, you know, he's unpredictable. You know, he's the mortal on the team, the unsuperpowered dude. So he has to make up for that. Like the dude that uses the cape to glide across the city with his grappling hook. Like the dude standing on the gargoyle. Where is that Batman? In this movie, this dude had to inflate some wingsuit, which was dumb. And he straight just fly into something or like get a little parachute caught on something. Yeah, the only time his cape was utilized was when these two thugs dragged him by it. So, oh my God. And then the Batarang, this man don't know what a Batarang is. He got like a bat, little chest plate thing that he used twice, you know, instead of making these things up to where he could throw them at people, disarm, you know, armed men or gunmen, and then handle them. But see, again, I don't hate shit just to hate shit. I love comics, and it's hard to translate that and cartoon type shit. It's hard to go from that and then go to this movie. When you see that the people who make them don't really care, as well as the actors portraying them don't too much care. So that's all. I'm just hard to please, okay? But I know some good shit when I see it, and this was not it. And honestly, Batman is my favorite character of DC because of him being so mortal and, you know, a human, but pushing his limits and being great. So yeah, it was a detective movie. You got to figure out some stuff. Once you think it's going in one direction and you finally at the resolution, then you're like, fuck, some more shit that I got to pay attention to, and tie up loose ends and all that whatnot. The movie was long. I didn't feel it because I don't because I don't mind consuming, you know, a bunch of content if it's good. So I didn't mind it in that showing, but would I ever watch this movie again? Fuck no. It was just all dark, just all grimy, you know, all muted colors every moment. I'm not a big music guy. I know I heard a lot of people say they love the music in this. I didn't. And as far as music, I mean, like, you know, composing, like, you know, some movies got some hitters. But no, nothing in this movie made me feel any type of emotion, even paired with a scene. The characters themselves, again, they weren't comic booky enough. Not saying they had to be all wacky and whatnot and put Batman in some draws. But like if the Riddler would have had a costume, you know, something to associate him with the Riddler as opposed to some serial killer. If the Penguin had like the nose, or had like his little, you know, I don't know if he looked more bird-like, or had some birds around him, and not figuratively speaking with the females or the prostitutes or whatever they are. But I mean, like, you know, some actual birds that would, you know, stuff like that would have been cool, and kind of cement these characters as their comic book counterparts or their movie adaptations. Catwoman, I feel like, was forced. And really did nothing to contribute to this movie besides having a connection with someone. And then she put this goofy little mask on with these big eye holes, which is not concealing her identity. So I don't know what they did. So what that did, but you know, even she didn't even know what she wanted to do. She was just stealing to get out the hood and take from bad people. Yeah, her and Batman's relationship, like some weird chemistry that they forced. And this dude is supposed to be like untrusting of people or so mission driven that he's not readily, you know, wanting a relationship or like really showing a lot of signs of that. But I feel like he did that in this movie, and awkwardly. The one time the Batmarrow pulled out, I mean, he like kills a fucking lot of people, but we don't address that. Because maybe the rain was just going to pour out the flames or something. I don't know. Like some people say it's a detective movie, but I recall this one time where he couldn't figure, the only way he figured some shit out was because the Penguin basically told him like, duh, come on now, this clue was obvious. Like, kind of fucking detective are you? So I mean, I don't know, I didn't like that. Overall, the movie was pretty terrible. I would never watch it again. And there was even more virtue signaling or pandering surrounded by disrespect. So I definitely wasn't feeling it. Seeing that these colored characters were only in these positions because some corrupt white person was found out or moved out of the way. Then we could slide a black person in there now and everything would be better now. Hope and change and whatnot. So those are my thoughts on the Batman movie. If you want to go see it, that's your business. I was paid to go see this and kind of drugged there. And if you don't want to see the movie, hey, I definitely understand. I feel you 100%. Don't. You're not missing anything. So yeah, those are my thoughts on the Batman. Go ahead, leave me a like on the video or a dislike. You know, if you agree with me of what I was saying. If you want to see a more comic booky or more 90s animated series type Batman, a more stealthy, martial artist type Batman, shit, leave that thumbs down. If you hate what I'm talking about and you was pleased, you love this movie, you love all the Batman movies or whatnot, if you love what they did to Bane every time he showed up. And if those buttons are not enough, go ahead and leave a comment down below and tell me how you really feeling. I love seeing you guys, your interactions, seeing how y'all feel, what's your takes, having that conversation. And if you value my opinion, and you getting anything out of what I'm saying, then subscribe to the channel.
So I'm not sure I get you.
Give me a real fight.
Any of you guys read that chapter in The Art of War about misdirection?